Madonna fans and friends, and welcome to another episode of Diva News. It's Miriam here, and I'm so happy you're joining us. Do we have some news this week? Some great new photos from a new magazine, Photoshoot, as well as an amazing video to accompany it, and a lot of interesting clues to maybe what the new album might be about. Some of the topics that she's going to discuss. Does Confessions take on a whole new meaning with some of these photos? We will get into it, as well as in Collectible Corner. When did you get your first Icon fan club kit? We're going to talk about those memories. And in Something to Remember, it's August, it's hot, and it's going to get even hotter. Do you remember that phrase? We're going to talk about that as well as our secret photo of the week. So stay tuned and let's get into it. A new era is beginning, and we can feel it. Not only did Madonna's Instagram get flushed clean with only a few new posts, which included the CR fashion book photo shoot, which is very provocative, and we're going to get into it. But it also seems to be ushering in the new era. And if this is the new era, what do you all think might be going on as far as the new music and the content and the topics she will be discussing? Because this feels a lot like the Like a Prayer era, leading into, of course, Blonde Ambition and so much provocation, religious references. We're seeing a lot of those same types of themes with the photos here. Maybe it's unrelated, maybe it's just a separate photo shoot. But when we think of Confessions now, does that change how it feels? Madonna posted recently a reel on the set of the video shoot on the set of the photo shoot, and her thoughts on death as well as her thoughts on cemeteries and how she feels comforted by going to the cemeteries, especially, having lost her mother at such a young age. It helped her connect to her mom, but also to other people she had lost throughout the years, that she did not feel afraid of them, but actually sought to go to them to reconnect with those she had lost. But she also made an interesting reference how she also felt this way about relationships that ended, how the ending of a relationship felt like a death to her, and she would have a bit of a um, burial or a sort of a traditional ceremony to sort of like deal with the loss of that in a way. And so it seems like in her, like she is referencing abandonment, as we know she's talked about it so many times in her work, um, that, throughout the years, that has been like one of the main themes of her music and her art is, dealing with those issues. And I think it's very fascinating to hear her talk about it in this way because it kind of alludes to so much of the material she's written and how it has helped, not just us in our own issues and things that we're dealing with listening to her music, but herself, how it's healed her to write the music and make the art that she has in the way that she has done it. So, what do you think about the post, about the video accompanying the photo shoot, the provocative photos, going along with these very deeply personal themes that she's exploring? And do you think this will inform the album? And let's talk a little bit more about that in the next slide. So getting more into the possibilities of what this could mean as far as the album, we know we're getting new music in 2025. She alluded to Confessions Part 2. Of course, that made us think of Confessions on a Dance Floor, which, definitely had some themes in it, but was mostly about dancing and just enjoying, that that era. She was taking us back to like the 70s, early 80s with that kind of music. So now with these photo shoots and previous ones with the Pope, and this one, obviously she's got photos with a nun. She's got, it's more religious imagery and provocation that makes us wonder, does Confessions take on a whole new meaning? Are these confessions about different things in her personal life throughout her childhood, going back to Like a Prayer, which was a deeply personal album, my favorite Madonna album of all time, and explored all those issues and was obviously everything that came to follow, the music videos, the performances, Blond Ambition. It was just watching a little bit of Blond Ambition earlier today, and we're going to get into that later. But obviously, that show brought that album to life, and we see a lot of this similar imagery now in these photos. So can confessions now mean something else? Is confessions about something much more provocative than we initially thought? What do you think, or do you think it's just unrelated and just specifically for this fashion book layout? Um, I'm curious to know too if there's an accompanying interview. I saw the post and I don't know. We will find out as soon as we find out how you get a hold of this. The CR fashion book, but the interview could definitely inform a lot too as well. Um, and so it's very exciting. This is still early days, but I feel like when that Instagram flush happened, I don't think it's far away for us to start to imagine that we're going to see a lot of um, big posts that are going to be, leading us into maybe the first single, maybe the album release date, and so on and so forth. So tell us in the comments what you're thinking, if you know anything as well, if you've seen more about this particular release, when it could be out, and any other details, please let us know in the comments. We're following her on Instagram. And checking pretty much every day now because of things are just it just feels like it's about to go, and we want to be there for that for you guys. So let us know what you think and what you're excited about as far as the photos, the themes. Could this be related to the music, and so on and so forth? And let us know, um, any news that you might have so that we can add it to the news we have seen so far. This episode of Collectible Corner is taking us way back, and it's a visceral memory. We all know the minute you got your first Icon fan club kit. And of course, I remember when I first heard about this, and it was actually like a fanzine when I joined. It was in Rolling Stone magazine, way in the back there. They had little advertisements, and it said Madonna Fan Club. Join, send $20 and join. And I thought, okay, I had tried writing to those addresses in New York back in the teen magazine days and never got anywhere. So I was like, okay, I'll give it a try. I send my $20. And lo and behold, when I got that fan club kit, like a fanzine, I have that one with the folder and the eyes, I was like, OMG. And then opened it up. It had a beautiful membership card that I instantly put in, like probably my wallet somewhere. But I now have it back with the kit because I'm like, I'm not going to lose that. It also came with the 8x10, 5x7 wallet photos I kept in the bag. And there was a catalog with all the items, Madonna money. Do you still have some of the Madonna money or did you spend it? And the first issue, the very first issue, the Breathless cover. And I just poured through that thing. I poured through everything, the welcome letter, all of it. I couldn't believe I was part of such an amazing group of people. I mean, you know how it was back then, being a Madonna fan. It was like, you would talk to other normal mainstream people and you would just feel like kind of a weirdo because they didn't get it. They didn't get her art. They didn't get her music. They didn't like her for some reason. And you just felt kind of like isolated. And then suddenly it was just like this, like her song Wash All Over Me. You've had this wave of like, I'm with my people. So when did you receive your first Icon fan club kit? What year was it? What issue? Do you remember the first zine issue you got and any goodies you got with that? Let's share those memories. And in today's fan feedback, we have another great comment from Adante Facchetti. And I want to say thank you again for your comments. All of the ones that we receive, we respond to. Usually we get to those every week, and so we'll be responding to you, and we appreciate it. But in this comment, Dante talked a little bit more about what we talked about in the last video, which was the Bedtime Stories re-release on vinyl, and some hints that were brought up in one of her reels, which of course now seems like a lot of that stuff is gone, but there was a few potential song titles that were revealed, which Dante talked about here being very excited about the re-release of the vinyl and the potential to hear some of these songs like a no thing, not thing, no thing, tongue tied. Um, I forget what the other ones were, but are these potential demo song titles, unreleased songs? You know, we got Your Honesty back in the remixed, revisited time, and there have been other songs that have come out here and there, but we are just so excited about this. We can't wait to see this release. Maybe this is the beginning of many of the promises made in the Warner deal. Um, of course, we're going to get into something here on Something to Remember that should be released. But before we do that, we want to say thank you, Dante, for bringing these song titles up. If you know anything more about this re-release or any more about the demos, um, dates, anything, let us know in the comments. The minute we hear anything, we're definitely going to be breaking that. But for something to remember on this episode, we are going back to the Blond Ambition tour. I was listening to some Blond Ambition tour YouTubes earlier today, and of course the Nice, France, which was it's August, it's hot, it's going to get even hotter. And so my question to you is, do you remember when HBO broadcast was on and everybody watched? It was one of the most, I think it was the most watched musical event on HBO ever at the time. So of course I was watching it, everyone was watching it. It was going to, we talked about it at school the next day, you know, those that didn't like her, you know, said their piece and we said ours. But it was one of those times, you know, we didn't have the TiVo or the, you know, streaming or any, you could go on YouTube the next day or something. You had to be there for it. And it was amazing, amazing show that to this day we still don't have on DVD or in any kind of way that we can watch it. I have the laser disc. My dad got me the laser disc and then he taped it onto video 8 from the laser disc, which doesn't do me much good. It's video camera again. So I have two versions I can't really watch. And I hope one day I'll have a DVD of this amazing show. But in the meantime, tell us when it was live. Were you able to watch it live? Were you maybe your parents didn't let you, but you snuck it in later? Tell us your stories and share with us of this iconic moment. I want to thank everyone again for watching this episode of Diva News. There is so much going on. It's such an exciting time. And we know that you know, every little piece of information is going to have a lot of meaning because we're going to be wondering, okay, what is that referencing for the future music? But I'm excited. I'm hoping you're all excited. And it's time for our secret photo of the week. And this photo, of course, takes us back to, and this is where I'm going to ask you guys to help me out because I am thinking this is the Grammys. I remember watching it live when it was happening, and I know she come out and she was talking, and I mean, I don't think anyone was focused on what she was saying because she looked amazing in that pink outfit. Her hair, everything was absolutely spot on. And I want to say this was early 2005, before Confessions. So tell me if that's true, if it is the Grammys, or was it the Billboard Awards? Grammys or Billboards, I don't know. Um, but I love this look on her, and I should look it up on YouTube and see what did she say there? Was she introducing somebody, or so on? And just beautiful. And so I want to thank you all again. Remember, you can find us on Facebook, Madonna Everybody Fan Club. We are also on Instagram at Madonna EFC. We're going to start trying to do a little bit more there. I know it's been kind of quiet over there, but we're definitely going to get that going. And of course, you can subscribe here. We are adding Tuesday trivia. Every Tuesday, we have trivia. See if we stump you. If we don't, tell us something that might even stump us. You know, it's exciting to get all these behind the scenes stuff and share it with each other. And we also will be breaking things as we hear about them. If it's not going to be coming out on Friday, we'll give you the latest as soon as we know about it. But we're so excited to have you here, and we're looking forward to seeing what happens next week. It's getting exciting, people. Be prepared, and sending you all hugs. Thank you so much for being here. Dance and sing, get up and do your thing. Thank you for joining us here at Madonna Everybody Fan Club channel, and I hope you enjoyed our latest video. I hope that you will join us here by liking and subscribing. And also, we have social media with Facebook. We have Madonna Everybody Fan Club, over 5,000 Madonna fans to join. And we have an Instagram at Madonna EFC. So make sure you check those out, as well as a page on Facebook, Madonna Everybody Fan Club, to follow. So definitely check out those social media platforms and join us there. We have contests, we have Fan of the Month, and we have features and lots of great fans to meet. But more importantly, we'd love to hear from you. Make sure you comment on this video and let us know if there's anything you'd like us to talk about or any future video topics you'd like to see. And thank you again for joining our Madonna family. Music does make the people come together. Thanks, everyone.